Hey, this is Allhaven. So I forgot to make an intro, and also I just wanted to let you guys know it is my first video, so try to go easy on me in the comments. I know it's video is gonna sound horrible, and there's no real, I don't know, plan. I guess when I made it, I just kind of made it. So whoever watches it, thank you. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to hearing from you guys and talking to you guys more in the next one. So I just wanted to make a video on POE2, my journey I guess so far with it and my thoughts on the game, and just to give you guys a brief background. I've been playing POE1 since 2018. I started with Bestiary League. I have about 2,000 hours into the game, so I'm a casual player, which that's what this is going to be. This video is going to be from more of a casual perspective. I play on controller. I've never used a build guide. And I think that's about it. I did start on Xbox because they didn't have controller support for PC back then, but that was probably only like 300 hours, and then the other like 1,700, whatever it is, was on PC. And even a lot of that was like the past couple leagues, which I'll get into in a minute. But the past couple leagues is when I kind of played a little more serious, and it was also the first time that I made it to T15 maps, which is probably why people recommend a build guide, because it took me, what is that, 6 years? 6 years and like, I don't know, 1,700 of the 2,000 hours to learn the game and to get to T15 maps. And that's also part of the reason why I did not use a build guide. It was just a personal preference thing for me. I just wanted to see how far I'd get every league, track my progress, and it was just something fun that I wanted to do. So when they announced POE2, I was obviously really excited because, being a casual player, I thought POE2 was made more for me and more for new players. It was supposed to be a somewhat easier version, less hidden mechanics, easier to understand. So I was really excited. And when they first announced it, it was obviously on the POE1 engine, and I thought the game looked amazing, and I liked the skills a lot better, which I'll talk about in a minute. But I was really excited to play it, and then I started playing at launch, and I didn't last very long. I got really frustrated with it the first day because I had really bad luck with my warrior, and I was not getting any drops, and I was literally stuck on the Act 1 boss for hours until I quit. And then the next day, I created another character and played for a little while, and I ended up getting a good drop for my warrior, so I kind of switched back and ended up killing the boss. And then I played for a little bit longer and I quit. So it was probably, I don't know, 30 hours, 25 hours maybe at launch that I played. And then I came back the past couple weeks to really try to like push through it, and I created a couple different characters. I've been doing the same thing again. I haven't used a build guide at all. I just take skills that look cool or fun and run with it and try to create whatever I can create. But the problem for me, like, POE2 at its core is an amazing game. I have no doubt it'll be amazing in the future. I know we're missing a lot of stuff still. We're missing the other classes, skills, weapons, ascendancies. But the problem for me is that I hate the combat. Like, hate the combat. I absolutely despise it. I don't like combos. I don't like the delayed attacks. I don't like the charge abilities. I can't stand the dodge roll. I've gotten killed a few times, like trying to dodge stuff, and the boss like clips me and pushes me like into its, whatever area of damage, and I die. So I really don't like it, and I know some people don't like the drops, the not having much gear or crafting materials, which the crafting materials in the campaign for me are an issue. I seem to really have none, and the gear, like, I don't mind grinding for gear, and I actually like having less gear drops, because when you do get something, then it does feel good to get something that you can actually use, or get the crafting materials to craft something good. The problem for me, again, is just the combat. Like, the combat makes everything else feel horrible. The maps are massive, and you're slow, and there's no dash ability. The leap slam is delayed. It's not like POE1 where you can just bunny hop across the whole map. And because of that, the combat just makes everything else feel bad to me. Like, it makes finding gear feel bad, it makes the big maps feel bad. And that's kind of what makes me nervous about the future of POE2, because, like I said, the game at itself is amazing, and I have no doubt that it'll be amazing later, especially once they add the content and add everything else in. But the combat's not going to change. And I don't know why they decided to go the route that they did. Because when the first announcement, it didn't look like that's how the combat was when they were playing on the POE1 engine. And then when they announced that they were separating it, whatever happened in between that time, I don't understand why they changed it. And, I understand, like, the game became bigger than what was planned, and that's fine. Like, I get why they decided to make two separate games. It did make me a little concerned for POE1, but I get it. It ended up being a lot bigger than what they thought, and that's fine. But again, like, where did that combat decision come in to make it like that and make it feel more like, I don't know, Elden Ring or Dark Souls or something? Like, it just doesn't feel like a typical ARPG, and me being a casual player, that's really all I play is ARPGs, other than occasionally MMOs. I really haven't played an MMO for a long time. I used to play WoW a little bit, and then I played Elder Scrolls Online, because I was a big fan of, like, Oblivion and Skyrim. So yeah, I really don't play much else now. So I'm a little nervous for the future of the game and what it's going to be like. And it also makes me a little nervous that they haven't announced anything for POE1 yet. I know they said they were going to, but it's... hopefully we hear something about it soon. So yeah, I don't know. That's... my experience with it, I guess, so far is I like the game. I just hate the combat. And, the game looks fine, which I thought POE1 looked fine. Obviously, the white sockets are great, because it was a pain, trying to match the color sockets that you needed in POE1. And the skill gems is another thing. Like, I don't understand the decision behind that either, the uncut gems, because there's just no use for them. Like, you still have to have the level, you still have to have the stats, or the weapon in some cases, and I don't understand what the point was in taking the normal, like, gems out and having us collect the uncut ones. I don't know if they just thought it would make it easier. I don't know, but cause we used to just buy the gems, and unless there's something that I'm missing, like, I don't think there is another use for them. So don't get it. And trying to think of something else that I like or don't like. I mean, the boss fights are fine, kind of. Again, it's the combat that kind of makes those feel bad, because the game itself hasn't been hard to me. Like, it's been hard, but not because it's hard. It's just been because of the combat and because of the way the drops are. You know, I'll get to like Act 2 and everything feels so restricted to me, where you get like certain uncut gems in this act, and then you get certain level of gear weapons in this act where it maxes out at, you know, 50 or 75 or whatever in Act 2. And I know part of it's probably my tree too, because I've just been experimenting with random stuff, so I probably don't have like the best build, but it just feels so like restrictive. I don't know how else to explain it. And again, if the combat was better, then I would just go, you know, mindlessly grind for other loot or crafting materials, but because it just feels so bad, it makes me not want to. So I don't know what's going to happen with it. You know, like I said, I've only been playing for like a week and a half now, so I'm going to try to like push through and get into endgame and see if that's hopefully a lot better. I really haven't watched a ton of videos. I've seen a few clips like floating around here and there, because I'm not like big on social media. So I haven't watched a lot of content on Endgame, but the few clips that I've seen, it does seem a little bit better, but it's still, I don't know. So I'll just have to see where it goes, and, you know, once I get into maps with one or two characters, I'll make an updated video on how I think it's going so far. And if POE1 announces something, I'll make a video on that, because I'd like to start making more content. I just have to figure out how I fit into things being a casual player. And I also plan on streaming full time. I would like to go from being a casual to being more of a veteran player, so I'm going to start streaming on Twitch and try to learn everything and learn, you know, as much about the game as I can, and yeah, see where it goes from there, I guess. So I just want to thank you guys for checking out the video, and I will make another one soon.